I am Noriko Bullful, and this is Uncut News. They kept asking for it, and now it has started. The USA is snatching visas left and right. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo this morning announced that the American government is instituting visa restrictions in response to this whole annoying charade we've basically been forced to endure for the past 4 months.
A little closer to home. Today I'm announcing visa restrictions on individuals responsible for or complicit in undermining democracy in Guyana. Immediate family members of such persons may also be subject to restrictions. The Granger government must respect the results of democratic elections and step aside.
This is the first time in decades that the US has imposed sanctions for electoral fraud. The newsroom reports that key government ministers, officials of GCOM, an attorney, and financiers of the coalition are among those whose visas will be affected. But if it couldn't get any worse for the blow crew, the UK apparently wants to get in on this visa snatching action, as they have already started talks of instituting similar sanctions against the government officials and their families. And of course, not to be left out, Canada has called on the government to step down as well. This morning, Chief Justice Roxanne George Wiltshire set Friday for all oral submissions to be made in the latest elections case before the High Court. The applicant in the matter, APNU supporter Misenga Jones, is seeking a declaration that the chairman Singh is acting outside of the Constitution by deciding not to use the 10 regional declarations towards a final declaration for the elections. The court is also being asked to declare that GCOM chair failed to act in accordance with the Constitution by her failure not to declare final results based on the advice of the Chief Elections Officer, Keith Sloanfield. And finally, she also wants the High Court to declare that GCOM has no authority to declare a winner except in accordance with the advice of the Chief Elections Officer, again Lowenfield, in his final report. Justice George said she is hoping to provide a decision by Sunday, but that would be dependent on the submissions that are made. And now for some crime news. Just last night, a car was hijacked around 7 p.m. The owner of this car, unfortunately, did not have a GPS tracker, and the stinking thieves were able to get away and strip his car of the music deck and other items. Don't let this be you. Install a GPS tracker at Triple B's Enterprise. Call them now on telephone number 682-8326. Here's a story about a guy who apparently didn't learn his lesson the first time. A former murder accused beat one murder charge only to get hit with an attempted murder charge years later. Today, 32-year-old Kevin Franz of East Rumveldt, Georgetown, was charged with attempting to kill Neil Dutchin at the Blue Martini Club last February. He was released on $200,000 bail. In 2014, Franz was one of the 2 men accused of killing Patsan trading salesman Bharat Ramcharan during a robbery, but that charge was dismissed in August of 2015. And so, the revolving doors of justice turn again. Men commit crimes, make bail, and commit more crimes. Pity. The Ministry of Public Security has condemned the recent arson attempts against public buildings. Ramjatan said that it was too early to determine if the fires were politically motivated. But Tashira Nkeh, she directly blamed APNU members for the fires. Speaking to Demerara Raves, Gail Tashira said, quote, "I believe that it is an APNU tactic to drive fear into people, and it wouldn't succeed. We know what they were capable of in the past, but this is 2020 and not 1997 and 2001. It is basically fear tactics," end quote. Nevertheless, the Commissioner of Police, Leslie James, and Fire Chief Marlon Gentle are both expected to file a detailed report on each fire. While Tashira may have her beliefs, I feel that it's pretty irresponsible as a political leader during this tense time to cast such a serious accusation without physical evidence. In fact, I can tell you who started the fires: a set of criminal lowlives who don't want to see us progress as a nation. On Tuesday, 19-year-old Barnett McKenzie of 11th Street Paradise Dazzle housing scheme was fatally stabbed during an argument at a shop near his home. he was rushed to the Georgetown Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. According to police, the stabbing may have been over an old grievance. The 18-year-old suspect is currently in police custody. Safraz Khan of Grassfield Lusignan, East Coast Demerara, is currently hospitalized in a critical condition after he was allegedly chopped by a group of Spanish-speaking men at his home on Sunday. According to iNews, an eyewitness said that 2 cars pulled up to the house. Several men exited and attacked Khan. The men then fled the scene. Khan was taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital, where he was admitted in an unconscious state. Police have since launched an investigation. Cellular Plus has opened a new location just to make your life easier. Don't miss their launch offer of a brand new smartphone for just $12,000, or get a free SIM card with the purchase of credit. While there, you can even sign up to start selling Digicel Top-Up and start your own little business. Check them out at Massey Megastore in Turkine, East Coast Demerara, or call them on telephone number 685-3109. Cellular Plus, Guyana's #1 cellular superstore. ExxonMobil has recently announced that it had suffered an estimated first quarter 2020 loss of US $610 million. In response to market conditions, ExxonMobil said that it was reducing 2020 capital spending by 30% and cash operating expenses by 15%. Capital expenditure is now expected to be approximately US $23 billion for the year, down from the previously announced guidance of $33 billion. They are also preparing to cut jobs across their workforce in America. Thinking of buying a new car? Then think BMC Auto Sales. Their financing option makes it easy peasy to get your hands onto the steering wheel. Don't be a flat-foot bicycle man all the days of your life. Visit BMC at Lot 9 Crow Street, Georgetown, or call them on telephone number 231-8451. BMC Auto Sales, it's your turn to drive. Now for our weird news story of the day. Young people are always trying to figure out a way to make money. Some choose after-school jobs, others start their own business, while one teenager in India decided to open a fake branch of the government-run public sector State Bank of India. According to Indian news channels, it was in fact up and running for 3 months before getting busted. The good news, nobody was duped out of their money. In fact, it got exposed because an SBI account holder got suspicious and alerted the actual local branch. But it was a really solid scam, as the interiors replicated the actual branch to the last detail, including all the necessary paperwork. 19-year-old Kamal Babu from Tamil Nadu is the son of 2 former bank employees, and he was arrested along with 2 accomplices, a 52-year-old owner of a rubber stamp making company and a 42-year-old owner of a printing press. Moving on to our Uncut News viewers poll. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. You give your responses in the comments, and we'll read the best ones in the following episode. Yesterday's question was, what should the next administration do with the oil money? Here's what you said. Shivana Babulal said the government should invest more in the infrastructure of the country, especially the roads. Also use the oil money to create more products that we as a country can export, increasing the nation's GDP and properly distributing the wealth. Javier Lewis said, my 12-year-old daughter wrote an essay on this topic. Her suggestion was to place cafeterias in every public school across Guyana, providing a healthy lunch for every child every school day, since many parents are unable to provide healthy meals because of their situations. You've got a smart daughter there, Javier. And finally, Anthony Gibbons says, here's what they should do first. Invest into services that benefit directly from oil. Invest in our tourism and agriculture industries to improve traveling prices and quality produce. Develop public support organizations. Make our university free. Improve our medical system. And increase pay for essential workers, as well as improve our internet providing services in Guyana. Great responses, but that's all the time we have for those. Anyway, here's tonight's question. Seeing as the US has begun instituting sanctions on the government, with more to possibly come from the UK, do you feel that the curtains may have finally fallen on the Granger government, or will they continue to soldier on through the sanctions? Think about that question long and hard, and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good, we just might feature it in Thursday's episode. That's all the time we have for tonight, folks. Come back tomorrow. Until then, I am Noriko Bullford saying good night, folks. Hey, Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now.